Hi, so today I have a little bit of a different video than I usually do, and it's gonna be a story time video. And basically what I'm gonna tell you is my experience in the acting industry, or weird situations in the acting industry with guys. So a little background story. I moved here to LA from Sweden when I was 17 with my mom, because my mom moved with me the first year. Because I was 17, I couldn't legally live by myself, and when I was 18 she moved back to Sweden because I couldn't live by myself when I was 18. And coming from Sweden, my morals and like mindset are completely different from people in America. Swedish people are very like, okay, I'm gonna mind my own business, you do what you do, but don't invade my space. I'm not gonna invade your space. I'm not gonna step over any lines. Like very like boundary bound, if that makes sense. So that's basically how I am, and sort of how I stayed like while I've lived here a little. And trust me, so many people have told me this before I moved to America, like, okay, be careful, the Hollywood and acting industry are so shady, they're gonna take advantage of you and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I know that, I've heard that before, but at the same time, like, you have never been there, you have never lived it, so like, how would you know? Because like, I'm one of those people who believe, okay, you have to see it to believe it, or you have to live it to sort of know, or like really know, like, you know, like first-hand sources or whatever. So I was like, if you haven't been there, how would you know, you know? So I guess when I moved here, I was a little bit naive, but yeah, anyways. First story. I've just turned 18. I just like started to get into the acting industry because basically when you're under like 18, agencies or like jobs don't really want to touch you because there's so many rules about like underage like actors and actresses. So I started when I was 18 so I could like get jobs easily. And basically that's when my mom actually still lived with me, and she came home one day and told me, oh, Clara, I met this like older guy, he's an actor here in Los Angeles, he's like a legit actor, he has like worked on the Kill Bill movie, he's Swedish, and he said that he can really help you. So I got really excited. I was like, okay, this guy has like done like legit jobs, he is older, he wants to help me, because he told my mom, yeah, like tell her to call me and I'm gonna help her and like sort of like guide her or whatever. So I was so excited. So I called him, we set up a meeting and we met at Starbucks. And basically when I met him, this man was in his 70s. He had acted in like the Kill Bill movies, and he was Swedish. All those like 3 facts made me like trust him and be like, okay, he's gonna be like legit, he's like, he knows what's going on and like he knows about the acting industry, so he's gonna be able to help me. But anyways, we met at Starbucks and we like started talking about the acting industry, and he asked me what I wanted to do in the acting industry and everything. But then it started to get weird, and he started to ask me like really weird questions. And the first thing that he asked me was, or like told me actually, yeah, you're sort of a heavier girl. And nothing more. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you. And the first thing is, I think that's pretty rude to say to somebody the first time you meet them. And especially for Swedish people, you don't do that. That's like a big no-no if you're Swedish. People don't do that in Sweden. But the thing is, like, I would understand if he said that, and I totally accept that if it would be like sort of like criticism to make me better. Because if he said it like, oh yeah, you're a heavier girl for like an actress in LA, because I know I'm not skinny, I know that, like I have a butt, like I don't think my ass understands that I'm white, so like I understand I'm not skinny. But he said, that was the only thing he said. He was like, yeah, you're a heavier girl, not like following up with yeah, it's gonna be harder for you to like get jobs if you're not like at a certain weight, like you should really lose weight to get the like the parts that you want. But nothing. That was the only thing he said. And like, what do you want to do? Like what do you want to do, like make me do with that information? What is your point? I don't know. Like, okay, so that was basically when it started to get weird. Then he actually asked me, this was like when I was like completely done. I was like, this guy is weird. I don't like, this is not okay. Like, he asked me if I was a virgin. Yeah, like, what the, like, why? And no following up question with like, be careful about guys here or whatever. Just like, are you a virgin? And I was like, I answered the question, of course, but like, who the fuck asked that? Like, especially if you're 70 and asked like an 18-year-old girl that. And I was like, does he really like want to fuck me or something? Like, what the hell? And that's when I was like done. I was like, this guy is so weird. Like, he doesn't take anything of this like seriously. This is not like a business meeting or anything. Like, this is so weird. I'm done. But it didn't even stop there. Like, he asked me to go with him to CVS to get like medicine for his daughter, and like asked me to go to like grocery shopping with him at like a grocery store. And like, it was just so weird. I like still like thinking back at it, I'm like, what the hell happened? Like, I don't even understand to this day. Like, and I actually went home like and told my mom everything that happened, and she laughed so hard. She was like, that is so odd, like, it's so weird. And just a little note, I don't have any contact with this person at all. I didn't call him or text him or anything after. I was like cutting him off completely because that's weird, that's nasty. Like, I think the only thing he wanted was like sex, maybe, I don't know. Because like, I don't even know if that was what he wanted, because like, that's it was just so weird. I still don't even know what happened, to be perfectly honest. I don't know. Anyways, so to that is story. And this actually happened at a job that I actually booked for a music video shoot. And this music video shoot was like held at a like industrial bar sort of garage location. It was very like industrial like feeling about it, because like that was sort of like the look that they were going for. But I got there, it was pretty like early, and like we were like shooting a bunch of scenes and everything. And when we got a break like later, sort of almost in the end of the day, I went out to like the little area where the extras and the actors like sit and like rest and everything, with all the chairs and like the snacks and like the water and everything. And he was there, and he was like, this guy were like sitting with like, I think 3 or 4 of his like friends or whatever. I don't really know what they were, but I thought they were like bouncers for the shoot. And all of them were like really like buff and like big and like very masculine, like, and like the typical bouncer type, you know. So I was like, yeah, I'm sure they're bouncers. And he started talking to me. And I would say that this guy was in his 40s, I think. I'm not sure because I actually didn't ask him. But he looked like he was like in his 40s. And okay, to be honest, I looked really good that day. Like, it was a music video shoot, and like I was like in heels, like had tight jeans on, like a really cute top with like a push-up bra and everything. So I looked really cute, and he was like, oh yeah, you look really cute. And he like, and back then I had a bigger accent than I have now. People still tell me I have an accent. I don't feel like I do. But anyways, he was like commenting on my accent and was like asking, oh, where are you from? You have an accent, it's really cute. And I was like, yeah, I'm from Sweden, I'm here to like act and everything. So we started talking about like why I was here, and I told him, yeah, I'm here to like act and get into like the acting industry, and I also want to sing and everything. And so he told me, he was like, oh, that's so cool, like, I'm a producer, I can help you, I'm gonna put you with the right people, like, have you done any work? So I sent him like my first song, and he listened to it, and he was like, oh, it's really good, but I think it needs a little bit of a tweaking. And I agreed. Like, the thing is, like, that song that I recorded is so rough. So I understood like exactly what he was coming from. I was like, yeah, this guy gets it, like he knows what he's talking about. And so we like started talking about the industry and everything, and I went back to the shoot, and the day ended, and we actually like, I got his card and everything to like contact him so we can like work together and everything. And it was like strictly business. Like we only talked about business, about like my singing career and like what he could do for me, what do you call it, like career wise, what he could like do to help me in my career, and if he could like manage me or something. But anyways, so the show was over. I went back to my car to go home, and I was like literally in my car, like closing the door, when he came up to me, and he was like starting to talk about all like this like philosophical like things. He was like, oh, I know so many people, I have like so many contacts, like I like when I go to like this like clubs and bars and everything, people know me, like I have like, so many people, like I know people, like I got so many girls, but you know what's the most important thing is what you have in here, like if you have heart. And I was like, yeah, sure, that's great, that's great, that's great. Like, what? Because like, okay, I'm one of those people who I can't really be like mean and like really like diss people, or like be like, go away, I don't want to listen to this, like boundaries, like even if I'm Swedish and like I really like boundaries, I think I'm too nice to sort of be like back off, like I don't want to listen to this. So I literally was in my car, like standing and listening to him, like I was sitting down in my car and he was like standing up, like talking to me. And I was there for like, the shoot ended at 5, I left a little before 7, so I almost like listened to this guy talk for 7 hours. Not 7 hours, 2 hours, but anyways, you know what I'm saying, like 2 hours. I almost like listened to him for 2 hours, like talking about his like philosophy, like how he was like thinking about the world and everything. And yeah, like that was so weird. But at last I actually told him like, okay, that's great, like but I have school tomorrow, I really need to go. I'm gonna text you and we can like talk and like set up a meeting where we can talk about like where to move from here and like how to like get my music career further or what to do and everything. And he was like, yeah, cool. So that was it for that day, and we left and we were like bye, and that was it. But then after the shoot is when it started to get really weird, because then we started to text. And yeah, I still have the text because I've had this phone for like 2 years and I never delete any of my texts, so I got proof. And keep in mind, like I always kept it so professional on text. I always mentioned something about our work or something to keep it like really, yeah, like we're texting, but it's because of work, like to be so freaking clear. But I don't think he got that. So this is how the conversation started. I texted him, hey Ray, this is Clara from the music shoot. Send me your email so I can send you my music. And he sent me his email and he said, how are you doing? If you need anything, text me, ... I don't really know what he meant by that or what he was trying to say, but I don't know, comments or something. And then the conversation got a little bit more casual and he asked me, what you do today. And so I was like, okay, I don't really want to like have a normal conversation with you, I just want to keep it like business wise. So I was like, school ... and then I was like, send me the link to I'll send you the link to my music when I get home from Santa Barbara, hope you still want to work with me. And he texted me, I meant everything I said, be safe. And I asked him, everything you said, question mark, about working with you, making you a street smart and bomb smart girl. And I was like, thank you, really appreciate that. For reals, I'm excited, I'm making jewelry and you. And looking back at that text, actually, right now I'm hearing it, it's like, okay, I get it a little bit now, but like, I was so about the business with him, like, and I mean like business, like the music business, and he was very, I don't know. And we kept texting, like not a lot, but like a few texts, but I always kept it so professional, being like very like short and straightforward about the business and the work that we were supposed to do, so he wouldn't like think that I was like interested in anything but like working together. But he always like asked me very like, how are you doing, blah blah blah. He actually asked me to send him pictures too, which I was like, no, I'm not gonna send you pictures, that's weird, why would I send you pictures? And I actually texted him like, why would I send you pictures, it's weird. And he was like, yeah, because I'm trying to like design a music cover for like the album. And I was like, dude, we haven't even like started working on the music yet, like, so that was also like really weird. And like after our conversation, he also asked me like from nowhere, my pleasure, I'm going shopping, you need anything for your place? And like what? That came from like nowhere. And I actually didn't respond to that text because I thought it was like so weird. So after that, I sort of think he got that I didn't really want to like talk about anything else than just like work. So he like toned it down a little bit, and we started to actually talk about the music. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm working on it right now. I'm gonna like do this and this and this to it." And I was like, "That's great. I really want to listen to it. Like, send it to me when you're done and everything." And like, but he still like sort of kept like saying these like really like sort of I don't know, personal things that sort of made me think like, okay, he really want to get to know me like in another way. And one of the things he said, like, it just seems like I can put you in a better position that you have right now, I'm hoping. And he uses a lot of like dots too. I don't know if that's gonna like make you think anything else of him, but what are you doing up anyways? Okay, sorry, I'm just like reading the text. This is like all coming back to me right now. But yeah, like he was like telling me that he was like working on the music, but he never sent me anything. And when I asked him, was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it when I get home and everything, or like, yeah, I'm still working on it, but it's like in a rough state or and everything. But so I never really got any music. So when I like asked for it, he was like, I'm serious about making music films and helping. When I asked for a picture, I didn't mean it to think I'm a weirdo. It's just my phone adds pictures of whoever is calling. That's all. The last thing I want is misconsumption. But like, okay, if you wanted the picture to like the cover, why would you say something like about the caller ID? That's a lie right there. Like, dude, you just like outed yourself. Like, I don't know. So I asked him after that, so do you think you can help me? Question mark. I don't exactly know what it is you do. Do you produce, manage? I think we need to talk about how we can work together. Also, I talked to your friend, we talked about meeting up this week. Do you guys work together? So basically, I try to keep it so professional and be like, okay, we need to meet and talk about this because this is very confusing. I feel like you sort of like are mixing this up a little bit. I don't know. And after I said that, he got really defensive. He was like, oh, if you don't need my help, that's okay. I just like wanted to help you, la la la. And he seemed to get like really upset. So I texted him, didn't say I didn't need your help. So you don't want to work with him? So you were thinking that you could match me up with some people to work with? Question mark. Are you open to have a meeting and talk about what you can do to help me with and give me some advice? Question mark. Very straightforward, well, very professional, I think. And after that, he texted me back, of course, ... I want to be a friend, not a user like the rest of Hollywood. I have a formula to make one person's dreams come true, ... if I can. And after that, he started like talking about meeting, and he was like, ... I do more person to person. I don't know if that's supposed to be like sexual or something, but anyways, that was weird. When he's sort of starting to feel like I was all about the work, he started to be very, very cold, and then he told me, I'm sorry that we couldn't help. Good night. And I texted him back, what? Question mark. Help with what? With help with your career. And I texted him back, so you guys can't help me? Question mark. I can help, and I will help, but only if you trust me, ... Whenever you're ready, just give me a call, ... And that was the last time I texted him. I'm gonna show you, but I don't want to show you the name. So I didn't text him back because I felt like the situation was so weird and it did not go in the direction that I thought it would, like work-wise. So yeah, that was just a very uncomfortable and confusing situation. So, and I don't even know like what to make out of the situation. I feel like he sort of wanted just like maybe sex, or when I look back at this text, it sort of seems like he wanted to be like a sugar daddy or something, like help me like financially or something. I don't know, like and maybe like I think I mentioned like, yeah, it's very expensive to live in LA, but I think I told him like that my mom is helping me. So I don't know what I think. I'm pretty sure he wanted like a relationship, whether that was like a normal relationship or just like sex or something. But I don't know, dude. This is like so weird. Just like leave what you think about this. I don't know. Like these texts are confusing me and everything is like coming back so much. But he basically, like, looking back at like all the text, he really tried to make it like personal and not like a work related like relationship or like conversation or whatever. So, and oh my god, stop. I swear to god, people in LA are so weird. Anyways, that was really confusing and weird. So to the last situation, I met this guy actually at another shoot, and it was also like a shoot where I was an extra, and I feel like all of this like weird stuff happens when you have like small roles at a movie or something, because then you're like hanging out with all like the extra people, and there's a lot of people, and I guess it's like when you have like the bigger roles, you get like really into like the filming and everything, and you don't really get time to talk a lot of people. So when you got the extra roles, you have to wait around and you meet like the weird people. You also meet a lot of like great people, but like there's also a lot of really weird people. So I met this guy at this shoot, and we met at the waiting area where all the like the extras like sit and hang out and wait for their turn to go and like film and everything. So we sat there like in a group, we're talking about just like random stuff, what we were doing, working with, and like what we were doing in LA and everything. And it was really, I like those like kind of talks, because like it's really like nice to get to meet a lot of people and everything. So he was 30 and he worked as a photographer, and he actually showed me all of his work, his webpage, he gave me his card and everything, and he seemed like he was a really good photographer. And I was like, that's great, like I have like a connection with like a photographer, that's amazing. And he was super sweet, he was super nice. He was like, I think one of the Swedish guys I've ever like met here ever. But like, and like throughout the day, like we went back to filming, then went back to the waiting area, and we started to like get more like, I guess, like isolated from the group, and like started talking about like ourselves a lot more. And I guess like it's got a little bit more like personal than like the other extras had like between each other. But anyways, we like ate food, but we still hung out with like the other extras and everything. But we like got food, and when we like ate, he took my plate and everything and like threw it away, and like was very like caring, and like he took care of me a lot. Like he was like helping me, getting me drinks and everything. So I thought he was like really sweet. And he also told me, like, this was the first thing that sort of alarmed me a little bit. He was like telling me when we were talking about our families and where they lived and everything, he was like, yeah, my mom would love you, she would like love you, you're so pretty, like la la la. And I was like, thank you, but that's weird, you know. Just like, okay, in general, I don't really like guys bringing up the parents, like especially not the first time that you like meet. That's just like weird to me. I don't know. When the shoot was over and like we packed all our stuff, all our like closed option and everything, and we walked back to the garage where we parked our cars, because we actually parked our cars like in the same garage. So he like walked me there, and we were like talking and everything. And it sort of also got a little weird when we were at the car, like we like hugged each other goodbye, which I don't think it's weird. Like I do that with all my guy friends. But he sort of lingered a little bit, like he sort of like stopped for a while, like giving me a very long hug. And I think I made sort of a mistake. Like before that, I was like telling him like, thank you for being so nice. It was like really nice to meet you, because like I was like very like done with LA people at that point. So I was like, thank you so much for being so nice. And he actually grabbed my hand a little bit when we like hugged, and like then we let go, and he like sort of grabbed my hand a little bit, and I sort of pulled it away. So I feel like that should be like a clue for him. He should get it, like when I like pull away my arm, he should have gone like, she doesn't want like anything like. So we left the shoot, but I got his number, I got his like card and like web page, and we added each other on Facebook. But to be perfectly honest, like I don't think that's weird. To add somebody on Facebook, it doesn't say anything like except like, let's keep in contact, like let's be friends. And I do that with like all like the nice people that I meet like through the acting industry, to like keep up with them and like keep in contact and see like if you can like reconnect through work and everything. I have done that before, like giving like my friends like work and everything through Facebook. But anyway, so I don't think that was weird at all, but it started to get weird after that. Like I got like a text from him saying that, because I actually told him where I lived, because okay, I get that, okay, I'm pretty naive, like that way. Because I told him where I lived, because I didn't think that was like a bad thing. I was like, yeah, I live in this like area. So he texted me one day and said like, yeah, I'm in your area. I'm like, I'm in Palisades right now, la la la. And I was like, okay, like, what do you want? Like, congratulations? Like, I don't know. I think he wanted to meet up or something, but I didn't really like say anything. Like, I didn't respond to the text. So I started to like become a little bit more colder, because I felt like he was asking me about meeting up a lot of times. Like, oh, do you want to meet up? La la la. And I was like actually planning to have one of my guy friends come with me and like act as my boyfriend, so he will like stop like asking to like start to like meet up and everything. But because I didn't really want to do that, I wanted to like keep in contact with him, but just like over Facebook maybe or something. But yeah, I started to become a little bit more colder. But the weird thing was, like, he started to like show up at the weirdest places. Like, when I went like one day to Costco to like buy food, he was there. And the thing is, like, my Costco is like not even close to like where he lived. So like, why the would he be like at that store? Like, I don't know. That's like so weird to me. And not only that, he showed up at another job that I was doing, and I get it, like, he was in that industry, so maybe we just like got a lead on the same job. That had happened to me before, actually, with other people. But like, the thing is, we were like, oh, hi, and the weird thing was, like, when we met at that shoot, I stopped like responding to his like text and everything, so it was a little bit weird. I was like, hi, how have you been? Like, it's so nice to meet you again. And he was like, yeah, I'm here, I'm like working like behind the camera, blah 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 blah, like, because he was like photographer, so I know he like worked in that field. So I was like, I didn't really think about like anything like that, like anything more about it. So I was like, oh, that's cool that you're working behind the camera. It was like so nice to meet you and everything. But then one of the girls that I met at the shoot was like telling me, like, I was like, yeah, I met this guy like here, I've like seen him before, like we sort of know each other, and he like works behind the camera now. And she was like, oh, you mean that guy? And she like described him, and I was like, yeah, that's that guy. And she was like, no, like, he told me that he's an extra, he's lying. And I was like, oh shit, like, wait, what does this mean? Like, does it mean that he got this like extra job? Like, because it's easier to get like extra jobs, like being like an extra, than actually working like as a like an employed like person behind the camera. So I was like, is he trying to sort of like be wherever I'm at? Like, is he stalking me? I don't know. Like, I was so like confused, because like I have never really had a stalker before that has like stalked me in real life. But that was sort of like what it felt like. He was like showing up at the weirdest places, like texting me, and like showing up at my job like that, and lying about what you're doing at the job. Like, I feel like that's sort of a little bit of a stalker way to act. I don't know. Like, I'm so confused. Like, and after that, I was like deleting his number. I took him off Facebook, because I actually didn't do that. Like, even if I stopped talking to him or like texting him, because I feel like it's a little bit rude. But I actually took him off Facebook, and because I felt like after that it was like so weird. I felt very uncomfortable, and just like very, I don't know, like, it wasn't a lot of texting, but like, he was very always there for a period of time until I like cut him off, and he got like really obsessive, I guess. And please tell me, do you think he was stalking me? Because like, I have a little hard time calling him a stalker, since I don't feel like he got to that level at like stalking me wherever I went. But he like showed up at this like random places that I were at. Like, I don't know, maybe it was a coincidence, maybe it wasn't, but I feel like since he didn't like live in the area, and since he didn't really like, I don't know, why would he be at these places? I don't know, because he didn't even live close to me, so I don't know. please tell me in the comments below or something if you think he was actually stalking me or not, because I feel like I don't want to think that he stalked me, but when I told this to like a friend, she was like, oh yeah, I think he was sort of stalking you a little bit, like not hardcore, but like still a little bit. So I don't know, guys, here has me so confused, like I don't even know. Okay, that was all from my little story time video. Please tell me if you like this story time video. I don't really tell like a lot of these like things that happen to me because I feel like it's a little bit more personal, but since this was like pretty like a long time ago, like it was like a year ago that these like things happened to me, so I was like, I'm so like cooled off from it, so maybe I can tell it right now. And I didn't really like mention their names and anything, so I feel like it's okay. But yeah, I hope you liked this. I hope I sort of like warned you about the acting industry a little bit, because like people here in LA can be really stalkers, and it's not only the people in the acting industry, but I have to say like there's a lot of weirdos in the acting industry, but also outside the acting industry. I think it's just like LA people who are like crazy, I don't know. But please tell me if you like this video, or if you want like any more like storytime videos, I don't know. But yeah, like okay, after this video I need to like take a breather, because like this is like freaking me out like all over again. Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, I hope you liked this video. Be careful, don't be like super nice to guys. Like I have to like seriously, I have to like teach myself, or like be a lot more cold to guys in general, and not be so like nice and be like, oh yeah, like be very like nice. People have told me that I'm gullible, and I didn't really know what that word meant until I came here and somebody explained to me, because like I'm Swedish, like my vocabulary is not that big. Okay, I'm gonna look it up. Gullible, easily dissuaded or duped. Okay, so I guess that means that people think I get like manipulative easily, or like believe people easily, I think. Yeah, and I do, I have to say, I believe people really easily, I do. And I guess I can make another video about that, why I'm so trusting towards people, because like there is a reason why I'm really trusty towards people. But anyways, I hope you liked this video. I don't know if I'm gonna do more storytime videos, but tell me if you want me to, because like I hope I could like warn you, or like help you like not make the same mistakes that I did. Because I feel like even if it wasn't like that big of a mistake, but it still like caused me a little bit of like a hassle, or sort of like trouble, or like headaches. I'm gonna stop talking now, but thank you so much for watching. I really hope you liked this video. If you want like me to do any more storytime videos, leave it in the comments below, or like up this video or something, or share this video with other people, I don't know. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.